essays is on the art of managing change and how we Indians are experts at it. And this brings us to the topic of discussion today. You have written in your articles that there are three distinct Indian capabilities to negotiate change. We are more tolerant in nature and give space to others. Historically, managing change for us was a way of life. That's why we survived foreign invasions and still remained Indian. And three, we have an ability to live simultaneously in two worlds, the inner world and the outer world. So in the inner world, we can be 100% Indian, whereas in the outer world, we'll be 100% globalized. I would like to start the discussion with Mr. Shiv. So being a social scientist, you're perhaps the best person I can address this question to. Are these three traits that Mr. Chakravarti talks about going to help us change proactively? Or are they going to be creating a barrier for us? Something like the more things change, the more they remain the same.
It was wonderful one thing. Either we take him more seriously or less seriously. But seriously by itself is a danger to this book. Because it's a playful book. And yet it's an ethical book. And it's done out of a narrative which combines nostalgia and the future. So I think one has to be a bit careful. Because I think what he's trying to say is, I think there's a more beautiful question in it. Can an advertising man, who always sees himself as a slightly vulgarizing preacher, actually be secretly and as being the pursuit of ethics? If you look at it, it's actually a very old-fashioned book about the future. And I think that's really what makes it fascinating.
Absolutely. I think that's a beautiful observation you've made.
And the second thing that you see to a certain extent is, here's a guy, advertising, as he said, deals with excess. It's a sociology of extremes. Scarcity, excess. Or you want to put it politically, between conspicuous poverty and conspicuous desire. It's a balancing act. And I think what really it does is to show how Indians can live in hybrid worlds, contradictory worlds, and in a new sense, going beyond Descartes saying, I think I live in several worlds, therefore I am.
Beautiful, yes, absolutely. But then what would you like to say? Are we changing, or are we changing things to our convenience?
Both. I think that's the beauty of it. If you were to put it in systems terms, the system keeps its boundary and therefore its identity, but a system is always interacting with its environment. In that sense, history is being both creative and following a wider script of constraints and possibilities. And I think by locating the narrative at the intermediate level, I think we can do a fascinating exercise if you compare two major conspiracies in advertising, Santosh Desai and Kishore. If you look at it, Santosh has a way of linking macro and micro in fascinating ways. So he can give you a philosophy of boredom. He's the sociologist intermediate. He's strategic. He wants to show you how to negotiate society. And but negotiation is an art form. It's a performance. And that's why the distinction between bargain and discount becomes so fundamental to his book. Because it's not just about transactions, it's a theory of society.
Yes.
Do you want to bargain with society, or are you happy with discount?